test that in the world of MS shows damage and shows progression of the disease. These are the tests that really matter. I've spent so much time thinking about lessening the lesions that there is part of me that I think will be really bummed out if there are more lesions. That will really surprise me, because I know that I feel so much better, that it's hard for me to believe that things could get worse on a physical level and that the disease could have progressed.
You never know. You never know. Why isn't anything possible?
MRIs are so sensitive to changes that you can see changes on the MRI that you would have never known about. And so it's not uncommon for people to develop new lesions on a scan over a year, even though they look great. In your case, both you and the MRI looks great, and you've not developed any changes on the MRI in the last year that I can see. What's more, there was a lesion that had caused all of your symptoms, was up here in the cervical spinal cord at C4-5. That lesion was active a year ago. It lit up when we gave you the injection, and now it's faded significantly. It's not lighting up anymore. And that's what we'd like to see.
Is it smaller?
So the one in the spinal cord is actually so faint that they didn't even recognize it when they read the report. So that's as good as it gets.
Is it normal for it to be fainter?
Not normal for people to cry when I give them good news.
Christmas in 2007 was at our house in Scottsdale. We had the immediate family, and we had the wild Aunt Sheila.
Sheila, just tell me about this hat you're wearing tonight.
It's a troll underground hat.
Okay.
So we knew that she'd had the test, and she stood up at Christopher's that evening to give a toast.
So I want to make a toast to family and to father-daughter secrets.
I thought, this is going to be really awful.
So I went to the doctor, and they said, you have no new lesions, and your C4 vertebrae lesion is passive. And not only that, the radiologist couldn't find it on the MRI.
Oh. Yes, this is so good. This is good news, she. So good.
And Dr. Miller said to me, he said, I'm not going to lie to you. He said, to have an active lesion become passive is unusual, but that's what we hope for. To have one completely turn invisible is totally surprising. And Dr. Krieger said, out of all the patients he's worked with, this has happened less than 1%. And what that means is that at this point, I've reversed the damage, and there's not one thing in me that will give me a symptom of MS.
I don't know how we could have hoped such a thing. This is beyond anything we could have hoped for.
I got up, and I went over to her, and I held her in my arms.
We did it.
I couldn't believe it. We did it.
And I said, where do you get this power? And she said to me, Dad, welcome to my world.